so this is my video tutorial on how to make the Spider-Man beanie. I posted a tutorial on TikTok, but I saw a lot of people did have questions or like I didn't explain it that well, and so this is kind of like a revised version of it, just clarifying things and more into detail since obviously I couldn't get everything in the video. And then like things that I did kind of revise or like make to change to accommodate more people. But I hope it's helpful, and if you guys need any further more explaining, I can definitely do that in the comments or even make a follow-up video. But yeah, I hope this is helpful, and I hope you guys make a lot of beanies. So yeah. Okay, so first you're gonna want to start with your base. So I'm doing the Miles Morales hat, so I'm starting with black. And you're gonna want to do a slip knot at the end. I finally learned how to do one, so trying to like make sure that I'm recording what I'm doing. If you don't know how to do a slip knot, there's a bunch of like good tutorials online. I'm not really that good at explaining it. But after that, you're gonna want to chain 42. Okay, so now we have our chain of 42. You're gonna want to skip the first two. I'm sorry, I'm like trying to make sure that I'm in frame. But so skip the first two chains. It's kind of hard to see since it's black, but 1, 2, and this is the third chain. You're gonna want to do in that one. So we're gonna do half double crochet, which is basically just wrap it around and like that. You could kind of see how I did it. And we're gonna want to do that 40 times until we reach the end. Okay, so now we have the 40 half double crochets on there, and that's gonna be our first row that we did this. Now we're gonna want to chain 2, and we're gonna chain 2 for every single row that we add on, so just keep that in mind. And then we're gonna do the back loop only, half double crochet. So we're gonna do 40 half double crochets across, back loop only. So if you don't know what the back loop is, we're basically just gonna go So see how we usually go like right here, right? We usually go like forward through here, but instead we'll go right there, if that makes sense. It's a bit hard to like explain it because it is black, so it's harder to see what's happening. But we're gonna do 40 of those all across. Okay, so now we're basically gonna repeat what we did. This is 2 rows we have so far. We're gonna do it 8 more times. So we're gonna have a total of 10 rows at the end. So again, chain 2, flip your work, and then do 40 across. Originally, I said to do 18, but a lot of people were saying that it was too big for the head. So I'm starting with like a smaller number, and at the end you can just add more as you go, which I kind of like. We'll go over that again, but yeah. You want to make sure that you're keeping count when you're doing this, because you want to make sure that you have 40, or else it's going to come out all wonky. Okay, so I did the 10 rows. We have it right here. So now we're gonna start the design. So get your other 2 colors. This is where they're gonna come in. Right now, I'm just gonna start with the red. Right now, we only need the red. I have a graph. I'll put a clear picture for you guys, but right now we'll look at it on my iPad since that's how I've been doing it. Here is the graph that I made. A lot of people were confused about why I only, because I posted it again, well, from the TikTok tutorial. A lot of people were confused why it only went up to 30. It wasn't like you're supposed to stop at this red area. You're supposed to keep going. This is basically to get the general like idea, or like just for this is like the main focus, if that makes sense. So that was like the only reason why, like, so this isn't really important. Like, it was just like, I don't know how to explain it that well, but yeah, it'll make more sense throughout the tutorial though. So yeah, I'm gonna put this over here so we could look at it while we're doing it. You could go ahead and have yours to look at. So basically, we're gonna start with 8 half double crochets down, and of course don't forget to chain 2 and then before you begin. Eight. If you don't know how to change colors, this is gonna be like a really bad tutorial. There's a lot of great like tutorials to show you how to change the colors. It's quite easy. So see, this is the 8th one, but instead of finishing off like this, you're going to, let me just grab your red and then go through it like that, and then you can tighten it so it's not loose right there. And then now this is where we start following this graph. So you see it's 8 down, so we're gonna go do it red, then again switch that color on the 8th one, and then do the rest down. All right, I believe that should be 24 black. So you can see we're starting to get like a shape. Let me turn it the right way. Now we're gonna just work up. So basically how this is gonna work is you're gonna look at your graph right here. So you see we did this right here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So you can see we did this right here, right? So now we're going to do this row right here. So since we're coming in from the bottom now, because we did this, it's like not lined up, but you get the gist of it, right? So we're coming in this way now, going upwards instead of downwards. So we're going to see the difference. So this one, 1, 2, so we're from the bottom. So we're going to, of course, chain 2. That should be 22 rows of black. And then so we're gonna see there's 2 rows before, or 2 stitches, I mean, 2 stitches before the red starts. So we're going to switch that into red. And make sure you're doing the back loops. So that should be 9. And then you can see right here the difference. So we're gonna switch. Okay, so you see, hopefully if you were confused about that, you're kind of understanding more. But we'll go ahead and do the whole eye together. So for those who are kind of confused on it, because I want to make sure like I'm explaining everything more thoroughly. Alright, so pretty much now it's going to be, you could see right here, one more of the base color when we go down. So it's going to be 10 of the base color. Switch your color. And then let's see the graph. We're going to do 2 of the we'll call this the outside color. Switch your color, and then now we're going to bring in our color white. I'll put that right there. Or no. And then you're gonna, how many in white? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna do white. 5 of these white. So we should have 5 white stitches, and then we're again switch to your color red. It's pretty simple once you learn how to read these and do these. So now we're gonna do 3 in the outside color, which is red for us. And see, 3 of that, and then we could switch our color back to the base color. It's really easy for your yarn to get tangled when doing this, so you might just want to keep an eye on it. And then like if it ever gets too tangled, just kind of stop your work and untangle it for a little bit. Okay, so you can see this is what we have so far. That should be 20 black rows, by the way, after that. And then we just finished this one, and now we're doing this one. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 3 less rows of black going from the bottom. So that should be 17 rows, or not rows, I keep saying rows, 17 stitches in our base color. Then you're gonna wanna switch to the outside color. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna do 4 in the outside color. And then again, you're gonna wanna switch colors. Now into the white color. Gonna switch the outside color again. And then the same thing. 1, 2. You could see that the top typically follows a line of just 1, 2. You can see the decrease going that way. Switch colors, and then we're just going to continue on with the base color. And that should be 11 stitches of the base color. You can see it kind of taking shape. So now you're going to want to do the same thing we've been doing, following the graph. So you see right here, 1 less, so go ahead and do that. So it should be 12 black stitches, or the base color stitches. Then we're gonna switch to our red right here. Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna do 2 in the outside color, switch to white, and then it's 3 in the outer color. Switch back to the base color. And then that should be 16. Chain 2, and then you could turn your work. Hopefully you guys are kind of getting the hang of it. So again, we're gonna compare right here. So it's one more than the one we did before. So we'll be doing one less of the color black. So that should be 15 in the color black. Then you want to switch to your outside color right here. And that should be 3 of the outside color. I'm going to switch to white now. 7 white stitches. Alright, and then you're going to switch back to the red. And do 2 of those. And then switch to black. That should be 13 in the black. Alright, and then chain 2, of course. Now we could go on to the next one. So now we're going to do 14 in the color black. And then switch to your red color. So we're going to do 2 red stitches, switch to the color white. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Okay, and then we're going to look at our graph again. 7 in the color white. There we go. And then you're going to want to switch back to red. And as you can see, it's 2 in red. Or 15 black. Okay, so it'll be 15 black stitches all the way down. And we're going to chain 2 at the end. And then we're going to be doing 15 more black stitches. Since it's leveled out right here, you can see. There we go, 15. Now switch to your color red. And then we're going to do 2 of those stitches. Switch your color. And then we're going to do 6 stitches in white. Switch your color back to your outside color. And then we're going to do 2 And I believe it's going to be 15 in black. Now we're going to chain 2, flip, and do 16 stitches in black. Alright, that's 16. You want to switch into your outer layer color. Gonna do 2 of those. Switch to white, and then we're going to do, let's see, 4. Now we're going to switch into our red color, and we're going to do 3 red. Now we're going to switch back to our base color, and we're going to do 15, I believe. There we go, we have 15. Chain 2 at the end, and then flip your work. Okay, now we should be doing 16 black stitches. Change colors at 16, and then we're going to do 2 of the outer layer, and then we're going to go back to our color white, and we're going to do 3 in white. And then we could change back to our outer layer color, and then we're going to do 2. I believe 17 black stitches, so we'll switch back to the base color. That's 17, chain 2, and flip. So now we're going to do 18 stitches, but of the base color. All right, that's 18. We're gonna switch into our outer layer color, and then we're gonna do 2, or no, we're not gonna do 2, sorry. I forgot we're not doing white on this one. We're gonna do 5. 5 in our outer layer color. We're gonna switch to our base color. chain 2 and flip. This time it's going to be 18 black stitches. Alright, that's 18. We're going to switch to our outer layer color. Three of our outer layer color. Switch to your base color. And I believe this is going to be 19. I'm not too sure. Alright, so that's going to be 19, chain 2 and flip. Let's move this so we're done with that. So as you can see, we got the eye for this side finished, and now we just got to do the other eye, which is basically the same process. So the next step is to do 3 rows of plain black across. We're going to do 40, and then we're going to follow the pattern for the other side. It's basically the same process. If you're still having trouble understanding it, you can kind of like replay it. Oops. You can kind of replay it because it's going to be the same thing that we did. So the video is not too long though. I am only showing half of it, but you can kind of go back and redo it because it's just the same thing in reverse. So now you're just going to want to do 40 half double crochets. There's not a specific number of rows. You basically want to like do it around your head, if that makes sense. Do enough rows so that the whole hat wraps around your head in order to make it big enough. I'm gonna do probably like 10 more rows, 8 more rows. I'll put the number up of rows I ended up doing, but just do that and then we'll be back. Okay, so I actually just ended up doing 6 rows, and which fit around my head perfectly with some extra space. So now we're just gonna flip it and do a slip stitch straight across. Just do 1 chain instead, and then you're gonna go into this first one, right? And into the first one there, and basically do a slip stitch. And that should start you off, and then do a slip stitch straight across the rest of the hat. Alright, now that we did the last slip stitch, you're just gonna want to pull a large amount of yarn through. Let me just grab where's my scissors? Oh, here they are. Because we're gonna use this thread to pull in the hat. This yarn you could just sew it in. I'm gonna do that last. Right, so you're gonna want to start with threading your needle. Right here I have the tapestry needle. I believe that's what it's called, tapestry needle. Or maybe a knitting, no, and I don't know. But I have one of those, and basically how we're gonna do it, I'm gonna go in at the ribbing on the very top, if that makes sense. So you see right here, so the part that has like that line, if that makes sense. So like at this part, we're gonna go in through each. Now that we did that, basically you're just gonna pull it like that. It should look like this. And what I do at the end to secure it, just pull it all the way. I kind of just sew it together at the top. Does that make sense? Nothing special. I'm just like threading it in. There's no like specific way I do it. I just kind of, the best way is like just looking at what I'm doing. This should like secure it more. Do it quite a few times because I really don't want it unraveling. And then you basically just stitch it into your beanie and then fasten it off. Find that it stays secure if you do it in 3 different directions. And then you want to do the same thing for this one right here. All right, so we have the hat. So far, this is what it should look on the inside. I see it. Oh, let me zoom out actually so you can see it a little better. Okay, perfect. This is how it should look. And then basically now we just have to flip it inside out. And then there you go. There's your Spider-Man hat.